Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, I thank the honourable member for his question. Mr. Speaker, sir, over a year ago at the 2019 Fiji Excellence in Tourism Awards, the Honourable Prime Minister actually gave a very powerful challenge to the industry. And he actually called on the industry to extend the same level of service and hospitality to all Fijians as we would any of our international visitors. So the Love Our Local campaigns embraces that spirit of love and solidarity through action. So it takes the inspiration from the Honourable Prime Minister's call to action about over a year ago, and it asks Fijians to rally behind the local restaurants and the tour operators and the hotels to show support for Fiji by holidaying here at home. And I want to quote what he actually said, Mr. Speaker, sir. And I quote, "When they do arrive at your doors, they ought to be treated exactly the same way as anyone else who you welcome on your premises. Because as businesses in our country, you must be open to all of our people all the time. They deserve the same level of service, they deserve the same level of attention, and they certainly deserve to feel welcome at resorts in their own country, sir." End quote. Now, since its launch in June 2020, as part of our market re-entry strategy, sir, the Love Our Locals campaign is actually proving to be incredibly successful, both for participating businesses as well as the locals. This initiative has allowed many tourism operators to remain in business, sir, and continues to employ Fijians. And above all, the campaign has served as a beacon of hope, especially in the West, sir. Now, close to 100 tourism operators around Fiji have actually joined the campaign, with a number of tourism-related businesses such as tour and entertainment and activity providers also taking advantage of the actual initiative, sir. Now, hotel occupancy, Mr. Speaker, sir, the rates have averaged approximately 55%, and when historically off-peak season recorded average occupancy rates of about 30%. This 55% occupancy doesn't take into account the growing local meetings and incentives and conferences and exhibitions, which we commonly refer to as the MICE market, sir. I'm happy to say, sir, these were Fijians and residents who on average spent 2.3 nights. In addition to the website, the Love Our Locals Facebook page, which is the primary platform for offering the packages and deals, has gained significant traction. Within 2 months, the Facebook group recorded membership of 9,273 with 5,000 new members in 2 weeks. Mr. Speaker, sir, whilst we don't expect domestic consumption to completely fill the void left by international travel in the industry, we're actually optimistic about the Love Our Locals campaign, and it will continue to cushion the impact as much as possible. This will not only ensure businesses remain open, sir, but Fijians can return to work and farmers slowly start supplying to hotels, and local artists who predominantly relied on tourism actually have a source of income. I do have some stats, sir. Even if we have captured domestically a fraction of what Fijians otherwise would spend overseas, it will make a difference, sir. So we'll continue to encourage Fijians to rediscover home and become greater ambassadors for Fiji. Let me share some room booking stats. For July 2020, sir, the Outrigger had 975 room nights. The Shangri-La had 553 room nights. The Fiji Gateway Resort had 693 room nights. Kula Adventure Park, 880 visitors. River Tubing Fiji, about 320 bookings. So these figures, Mr. Speaker, sir, are commendable and is evident in the sentiments these businesses have shared in being able to welcome back visitors after being closed, sir. Just recently, sir, about 200 staff at the Outrigger Resort have resumed work as a result of this particular campaign. And these employees are working more than 3 days a week, with most of them on full-time duties. Not only that, Mr. Speaker, sir, they've reported that weekends in July were actually sold out. And the restaurant sales exceeded the room nights revenue. This is the first time in their history, sir. In fact, Mr. Speaker, a number of operators are actually are reporting full occupancy on weekends and continue to offer more specials on the weekdays to entice weekday travel. Through the 2020-21 national budgets, the Fijian government has provided substantial subsidies to actually help tourism business weather the crisis and bolster local consumption, and the complete removal of STT and the reduction of ECAL from 10 to 5% is not only in favor of international tourists or hotels alone, it's in favor of bars and restaurants and cinemas and coffee shops and tour operators and entertainment providers, making it affordable for ordinary Fijians too, sir. The campaign has actually served us well in putting to test the new norm, and we're using this time to prepare also for when the borders open, sir. We all know restoring traveller confidence and stimulating demand safely is actually critical at this time. So again, we are being very proactive, and by virtue of this togetherness, I'd like to thank all fellow Fijians and the tourism industry and all the operators within for their resilience and their support during this difficult time, sir, without which many of the businesses may not have survived. I know many people, sir, expected this campaign not to be successful, but it is, sir. To those who have been most critical, I urge you to get behind this effort and give your full support, and I urge all of you to use up the long weekend and make sure you enjoy one of our hotels. Thank you very much, sir.